A passport from a country that doesn't exist, a strangely calm woman at an airport, and a mystery that has millions of people completely intrigued. Today you're about to discover one of the most fascinating stories going viral right now. An urban legend from the last century that will make you question what's real and what's fiction in the age of artificial intelligence. Hello and welcome. Today we're diving deep into the phenomenon that's dominating social media, the case of the Torenza passport woman. Before we begin, if you enjoy fascinating mysteries and want to stay updated on viral curiosities from around the world, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if this story surprises you, leave a like so more people can discover it. Now, let's get to the mystery. This video, which has been circulating everywhere, looks like a scene straight out of a suspense movie. Imagine you're at an international airport, going through immigration, when a woman appears completely calm, holding a passport from a country called Torenza. The problem? Torenza simply doesn't exist on any world map. There are no historical records, no official documents, nothing to prove this place is real. The video has dramatic lighting, digital effects that add to the mystery, and the woman acts as if nothing is wrong, as if she truly believes Torenza is a real place and her passport is legitimate. The quality is so high that people immediately started asking, is this real? Could there be a secret country we don't know about? Or is this another brilliant creation of artificial intelligence? Before we dive deeper, we need some historical context because the Torenza case isn't unique. It's actually the latest chapter in an urban legend from decades ago that captured the imagination of millions, the famous man from Tored. This legend, dating back to the 1950s, tells of a man who arrived at a Japanese airport with a passport from a country called Tored, which also doesn't exist. When Japanese authorities asked him to point to Tored on a map, he pointed to the area between France and Spain where Andorra is located. But he insisted his country was Tored and that it had existed for hundreds of years. The story gets even stranger. The authorities placed him in a hotel room under surveillance overnight, but the next morning, he had vanished without a trace. No guard saw him leave, the doors and windows were locked, and there was no logical explanation. This story became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring theories about parallel universes and alternate realities. But did it really happen? Investigators from Snopes and Full Fact searched Japanese archives from the 50s and found absolutely nothing. No official records, no immigration documents, no police reports. However, there was a real documented case. Between 1959 and 1960, a man named John Allen Kuchar-Zegrus was arrested in Japan for identity fraud. Among his fake documents was a passport from a place he called Tored. He was tried, sentenced to prison, and eventually deported. No mysterious disappearance, no supernatural dimension, just a case of document fraud. But somehow, this mundane story transformed into the fascinating legend we know today. This brings us back to the viral Torenza case. Both stories follow the same pattern, a confident person presenting apparently legitimate documents from an unfindable place. There's something intriguing about someone arriving with evidence that seems real but can't be verified. When people see the Torenza video, they might subconsciously remember the Tored legend. The internet has turned Tored into a piece of shared modern folklore. The story feels plausible because we've heard something similar before. But what do we really know about the Torenza video? Fact-checkers have found no credible evidence that Torenza is a real place, or that anyone has ever officially presented such a passport. There are no statements from airports, no security footage, and no public documents. So why does it seem so convincing? The answer is artificial intelligence. Observers have pointed out characteristics typical of AI-generated misinformation: visual inconsistencies, overly stylized effects with dramatic lighting, and extraordinary claims combined with ordinary behavior. The video was crafted to go viral, not to inform. With AI tools like Sora, it's becoming extremely easy to produce convincing visual illusions. We are living in an era where the line between reality and digital fiction is becoming increasingly blurred. The Torenza case offers a valuable lesson about myth and fact in the digital age. These stories persist because they touch on our deepest human curiosities. We want to believe that our world still holds secrets and unexplainable mysteries. It's true that people create fake passports and invent places, but what has never been proven is whether any of these fictional places actually exist, or if any authority was truly deceived by them. The irony is that while Torenza is probably just a piece of viral storytelling, it's fulfilling its purpose perfectly, capturing our attention, provoking debates and making people share. Technology allows anyone to create content that seems real. Social media amplifies the strange and ambiguous, and our own psychology makes us vulnerable to these narratives. Maybe the real question isn't whether Torenza is real, but why we are so fascinated by it. These stories touch on something fundamental about the human condition. We live in a world that is increasingly mapped and documented. Satellites have photographed every inch of the Earth, and the internet provides information about virtually any place you can think of. It can feel like there's no room for mystery anymore. That's why stories like Torenza resonate so deeply. They represent the possibility that mysteries still exist, that not everything can be explained. They allow us to believe just for a moment in the impossible. With AI technologies advancing and generating hyper-realistic videos, we're entering new territory where seeing is no longer necessarily believing. We need a new set of critical thinking skills to navigate information, misinformation, and entertainment. The Torenza case is really a story about how we consume information in the internet age, how our minds process narratives, and how technology is changing the very nature of truth and fiction. So, what's the lesson here? First, develop a healthy skepticism. When something seems too good or too strange to be true, it probably is. Always ask questions about the source and look for evidence. Second, recognize the power of a good story. Well-told narratives have an emotional impact that can go beyond logic. That's fine, as long as we can distinguish between entertainment and reality. And third, appreciate these stories for what they are, fascinating pieces of modern folklore. The man from Torrid, the woman from Torenza, they are part of our digital culture. They connect us through shared narratives and remind us that mystery still has its place in the world. This story will be remembered as a perfect example of how technology, narrative, and human psychology combine to create a viral internet phenomenon. It reveals something true about our desire for mystery, our vulnerability to misinformation, and our incredible ability to create stories that capture the collective imagination. As we move forward in this complex digital age, stories like this will keep emerging. New technologies will bring new possibilities, and we'll have to keep refining our ability to tell what's real from what's fabricated. But our fascination with mysteries won't disappear. We all like to believe there's still a little magic in the world, still secrets waiting to be discovered. And as long as there is human curiosity, there will be stories like Torenza to feed it. So, the next time you see an extraordinary viral video, remember this story. Ask yourself, is this real or is it entertainment? Is it a fact or is it fiction? A documentary or a piece of art? Then you can make a conscious choice about how you receive and share that information. We all have a responsibility to be critical consumers of media in the digital age. And that might be the greatest lesson the mystery of Torenza has to teach us. So, what did you think of this fascinating story? Do you believe Torenza could be real? Or is it just a clever use of artificial intelligence? Let me know your opinion in the comments. If this video made you think differently about what we see online, don't forget to leave a like and share it with your friends. And if you want to keep discovering mysteries and curiosities that are blowing up around the world, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.